You ever notice how, the same drink that used to make you feel relaxed and mellow now leaves you wide awake at 2 a.m., or worse, groggy, dizzy, or confused the next morning? Maybe you've seen it in someone close to you. Your uncle who always loved his evening glass of scotch, now one drink in, and he's wobbly on his feet. Or your neighbor, who used to sip a beer while watching football, but now complains of heartburn and forgetfulness the next day. It's not just in your head. As you age, your body changes. Your liver slows down. Your muscle mass drops. Your medications pile up. And suddenly, that same drink doesn't hit the same, it hits harder. What once felt like a comfort, might now be quietly working against you. Affecting your balance. Your brain. Your blood pressure. Even your sleep. But here's the thing nobody tells you, not all alcohol affects seniors the same way, and not all of it is worth the risk. That's exactly why you need to watch this video. We're going to walk through 5 types of alcohol you should absolutely avoid if you're over 60, and for each one, I'll give you a safe, smart, and even enjoyable alternative you can swap in, guilt-free. Some of these will surprise you. Some may even challenge what you thought was healthy. But if you want to stay sharp, steady, and in control of your golden years, this could be one of the most important videos you watch today. So let me ask you. Have you or someone close to you felt alcohol hitting differently after 60? If so, type "I've noticed" in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And if you're serious about staying informed as you age, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. Here at ElderTalks Daily, we share real-life health tips to help seniors and their families age with confidence, wisdom, and care. Alright, let's dive in, starting with a drink that's much sneakier than it looks. Let's start with a glass that looks innocent, even elegant. Ms. Helen, 75, had a routine. Every evening after dinner, she'd pour herself a small glass of sweet red wine, usually a Moscato or a Port. She said it helped her wind down, take the edge off, and fall asleep a little easier. And for years, it felt harmless. A simple pleasure. But over time, something started changing. She began waking up more tired. Her joints felt stiffer in the mornings. Her memory started slipping a bit. Her appetite dropped. And then, during a regular checkup, her doctor mentioned something she wasn't expecting: her blood sugar was creeping up. Fast. He warned her about prediabetes, and pointed straight to that glass of wine. Now, here's what most people don't realize. Sweet wines are loaded with sugar, and I mean loaded. Moscato, Port, dessert wines, they taste fruity and gentle, but inside your body, they act like a mix of alcohol and candy. And when you combine that sugar with alcohol, it's a double whammy: your blood sugar spikes, then crashes. Your inflammation rises. And your sleep, completely thrown off track. It's even riskier for older adults because your body processes sugar and alcohol more slowly with age. That means what you drink at 7 p.m. might still be in your system at 2 a.m., keeping your body on high alert, when you're supposed to be resting. And here's the big misconception: people say, well, wine's good for your heart, right? Sure, some wine. But sweet wine is closer to dessert than it is to medicine. So what do you do if you enjoy a relaxing glass in the evening, but don't want to sacrifice your health? Try this instead. Opt for a dry red wine, like Pinot Noir or Merlot. These wines are much lower in sugar, but they're still rich in flavor and full of antioxidants, especially resveratrol, which supports heart health and even brain function. But here's the key: keep your pour small. 4 ounces. That's it. And drink it with food, never on an empty stomach. Food helps slow the absorption, keeping your blood sugar and balance more stable. So yes, you can still enjoy the ritual. But make it smarter. Make it safer. Alright, ready for the next one? Let's talk about a drink that feels casual and light, but hits a lot heavier than most seniors realize. Now let's shift from wine to something that feels a little more laid back. Beer. Specifically, craft beers. IPAs. Double IPAs. The trendy, hoppy, hazy stuff that's taken over the shelves. Mr. Ronald, 68, had a long-standing tradition with his buddies. They'd meet up on weekends, crack open a couple of craft beers, talk about old times, sports, family. It was social. Fun. A way to stay connected. But lately, something felt off. He started feeling bloated after just one beer. His sleep became restless, tossing and turning all night. And the worst part? He was waking up multiple times to pee. His evenings of fun were turning into nights of discomfort, and mornings of regret. Here's what was happening: craft beers often come with more than just flavor. They pack higher alcohol content, often 7, 8, even 10% ABV, which is close to or even higher than wine. But because they're cold and fizzy, they go down easy, you don't always realize how much you're drinking. And that carbonation. It expands in your stomach, which can lead to bloating, gas, and indigestion. Especially tough on older adults with slower digestion. Worse yet, many seniors are on blood pressure medication, diuretics, or heart meds. Beer, especially high-alcohol varieties, can interfere with these, not to mention increase your fall risk if you're already dehydrated or off balance. And let's not forget the calories. A couple of craft beers can add 500 to 700 calories to your day without you even noticing. And for someone over 60 trying to manage weight, diabetes, or cholesterol, that's a hidden danger. Now, the misconception is this: beer is lighter than hard liquor, so it's the safer option. But in many cases, it's not. Craft beer today isn't the same light lager your parents drank. It's stronger, heavier, and hits harder, especially for aging bodies. So what can you do if you love the social feel of cracking open a cold one? Here's a great alternative: non-alcoholic light beer. Yep, there are newer brands now that taste remarkably close to the real thing. They've come a long way from the watery, flavorless versions of the past. Look for ones that are under 0.5% ABV, just enough to enjoy the taste and the ritual, without the alcohol load. You still get that refreshing, bubbly mouthfeel. Still get to join the group toast. But you skip the inflammation, sleep disruption, and bathroom marathons. And for those watching their blood sugar or calories, most non-alcoholic light beers are significantly lower on both fronts. So you can keep the tradition without the toll. Now let's move to something a little stronger. A drink that seniors often think is refined or grown-up, but can be downright dangerous in just one serving. Let's talk about the heavy hitters now: hard liquor. Whiskey. Vodka. Brandy. Neat. On the rocks. Just a splash in a glass after dinner. Sounds classic, doesn't it? That quiet ritual of pouring a little something smooth, letting it swirl in the glass, sipping slowly like it's part of your evening wisdom. That's exactly what Mr. Eddie did. Every night at 8 p.m., he poured one finger of whiskey. He said it helped him relax. Made him feel grounded. And it wasn't like he was drinking a lot, just one shot. But then one night, he stood up from the couch too quickly, and everything went sideways. He lost his balance. Fell hard. Fractured his hip. The doctor said his blood pressure dipped suddenly. The alcohol had combined with his evening meds and hit faster than he realized. One simple glass turned into months of rehab and loss of independence. Here's the thing: as we get older, our body changes in ways that make hard liquor more dangerous. We have less body water, meaning alcohol is more concentrated in the blood. The liver doesn't process toxins as efficiently. And medications we take, blood pressure pills, sleep aids, antidepressants, don't mix well with alcohol. So that one shot of whiskey It doesn't affect a 70-year-old the same way it affects a 40-year-old. It hits faster. It hits harder. And it increases the risk of falls, confusion, memory slips, and poor sleep, even from a small amount. Yet here's the common belief: it's just one neat pour. I'm not overdoing it. But with age, it's not about the quantity, it's about how differently your body responds. That same neat drink becomes a hidden hazard, especially when combined with meds or low hydration. So, what do you do when you're craving something that feels refined, rich, relaxing? Let's elevate your evening with something smarter, a bold herbal mocktail. Try this: sparkling water with a slice of ginger, a few sprigs of mint, and a touch of lemon balm or cucumber. Add ice. Stir slowly. Take your time. It looks sophisticated. It's refreshing. And those ingredients? They're known for calming the nervous system, helping digestion, and reducing inflammation. No next-day fog. No fall risk. No regrets. You can still have your glass. Still unwind. Still savor a moment of peace. Just make sure what's in that glass is working for your body, not against it. Now, let's move on to something that feels festive, fun, and fruity, but hides more sugar and danger than most people realize. Now let's talk about the kind of drink that sneaks in with a smile. Colorful. Festive. Served with a little umbrella and a sugared rim. Sugary cocktails. Margaritas. Piña coladas. Daiquiris. Mai Tais. Ms. Gloria, 72, had a Friday tradition. Her daughter would stop by after work, and they'd sit on the porch with margaritas in hand. It was their bonding moment, their shared escape at the end of a long week. But slowly, Gloria began to feel off. She'd get a tightness in her chest at night. Burping. Bloating. Sometimes even heart palpitations. And digestion. Sluggish, uncomfortable. At first, she thought it was just aging. But her doctor told her the truth. That cocktail she looked forward to was messing with her stomach acid, blood sugar, and even her hydration levels. Here's why. Cocktails are often a triple threat: they mix alcohol, sugar, and citrus, a dangerous combo for seniors. Sugar spikes your blood glucose. Alcohol strains your liver. Citrus increases stomach acid. And if cream is involved, like in a piña colada, you're adding in heavy fats your digestive system may not be ready for. And don't be fooled by the fruitiness. A frozen strawberry daiquiri can have more sugar than a slice of chocolate cake. Some margaritas clock in at over 400 calories per glass, and that's before the chips and salsa. But here's the common trap: it's just one fruity drink, it can't be that bad. But it can. Especially for older adults with acid reflux, diabetes, high cholesterol, or heart issues. That once-a-week pleasure might be silently chipping away at your gut health, hydration, and energy levels. So, what's the alternative if you want something pretty, fun, and flavorful, but without the sugar bomb? Try this: fruit-infused sparkling water. Pour some chilled sparkling water into a tall glass. Add slices of cucumber, fresh berries, or a wedge of lemon or orange. Maybe even throw in a sprig of mint if you're feeling fancy. It's light. It's refreshing. It looks beautiful in a glass. And best of all, it's hydrating, gentle on your stomach, and doesn't mess with your blood sugar. You still get that cheers to the weekend feeling, but now, you're toasting to your health. Alright, let's move into the final, and possibly most dangerous, alcohol category for seniors. This one isn't about what kind of drink it is, but when you drink it. And what it's mixed with. Now this last one. This isn't about how sweet a drink is, or how strong, or how many bubbles it has. This is about something far more dangerous: what alcohol is mixed with. And I'm not talking about soda or lime juice. I'm talking about medications. Let me tell you about Mr. Keith. He was 74, fairly active, managed his health well. Every night, he'd sip half a glass of red wine while watching the evening news. It was his little ritual. A way to wind down and mark the end of the day. At the same time, he was on medication, blood pressure meds and a mild antidepressant. Nothing too serious, he thought. But then he started feeling odd. Lightheaded. Fatigued. He'd stand up from his chair and suddenly feel dizzy. Sometimes, it was hard to finish his sentences, like his thoughts were foggy. He brushed it off as aging, until one morning he nearly passed out in the kitchen. What happened? His wine, innocent as it seemed, was interacting with his medication. Here's what most people don't know: when you mix alcohol with certain medications, especially sedatives, blood thinners, antidepressants, or heart meds, it can trigger all kinds of unpredictable and dangerous effects. Alcohol changes how your body absorbs, breaks down, and uses medicine. Sometimes, it amplifies the drug, making the side effects stronger than intended. Other times, it blocks the medicine, making it less effective. Either way, you lose. Even a small glass. Even just a sip. For seniors, the margin of safety is razor thin. One drink can be the difference between feeling fine and winding up in the ER. And here's the dangerous misconception: a little won't hurt. But as we age, a little is a lot. Your liver processes slower. Your brain is more sensitive. Your medication load increases. And suddenly, that one drink doesn't just relax you, it compromises you. So what's a smart, safe, and deeply soothing alternative for your evening routine, especially if you're taking meds? Try a golden milk. Also known as a turmeric latte, this warm, comforting drink is made from milk, or almond milk, turmeric, cinnamon, and a touch of black pepper or honey. Turmeric is a natural anti-inflammatory, helpful for joint pain and immune support. Cinnamon can help regulate blood sugar. And the warm milk. It's naturally calming, perfect for winding down without disrupting your medication or your sleep. It feels like a hug in a cup. And it's gentle on every system in your body. So instead of putting your medications at risk, you give your body the support it actually needs. Alright, we've covered a lot. But before we wrap up, let's talk about something more important than any single drink: how these choices shape your future. Let's bring it all together. Let's be honest. Alcohol isn't just a drink. It's tied to some of life's most treasured moments. To celebration. To comfort. To family dinners, anniversaries, quiet evenings on the porch. For many, it's not even about the alcohol, it's about the ritual. The sound of the cork popping. The clink of ice in a glass. That first sip that tells your brain, the day is done, and I can finally breathe. So when we start talking about cutting back, or cutting it out, it can feel like losing something personal. Like we're giving up joy. Or tradition. Or a part of who we are. But here's the truth no one says out loud: this isn't about restriction. It's about protection. Protection of your mind, your balance, your heart, your energy, and yes, your independence. It's not about removing pleasure from your life. It's about keeping you clear-headed enough to enjoy your mornings. Steady enough to take those long walks with your grandkids. Sharp enough to remember where you left your keys, and the stories behind them. Because what good is a glass in your hand if it's quietly robbing you of your strength? So here's what I want you to take from this: don't overhaul your whole world overnight. Don't feel guilty. Don't beat yourself up. Just start small. This week, try replacing one drink. Just one. Instead of that late-night whiskey, brew a turmeric latte. Instead of a sugary cocktail, pour some sparkling water with berries. Try it. See how you sleep. Notice how your body feels the next morning. And here's something else: talk about it. With your spouse. Your friends. Your kids. Your doctor. Share what you've learned. Let them know you're being intentional about your health. Because aging isn't about slowing down, it's about slowing smart. Choosing habits that help you keep your freedom, your energy, and your peace of mind. You're not losing anything. You're gaining control. You're gaining clarity. You're giving yourself the chance to fully enjoy the years you've worked so hard to earn. And that is worth every sip you skip. Now, before we end, let's quickly recap everything we've uncovered, and I'll leave you with one simple question that could spark a powerful shift in your daily choices. Today, we walked through 5 types of alcohol that every senior should be cautious of, and why. We talked about the hidden sugar bombs like sweet wines. The bloating and sleep-stealing effects of craft beers. The dangerous speed of hard liquor on the rocks. The cocktail sugar traps that look fun but leave your body struggling. And perhaps the most serious of all, mixing alcohol with medications, something that can quietly build up and cause real harm. But we didn't stop there. We also explored 5 powerful alternatives, small swaps that carry big benefits. Dry red wines with antioxidants. Non-alcoholic beers that still let you toast with friends. Mocktails that feel classy and comforting. Fruit-infused sparkling waters that refresh and energize. And golden milk to calm your system and soothe you to sleep. Each of these alternatives is more than a drink, they're tools to help you stay present, energized, and mentally sharp as you move through your later years. Now I want to hear from you. Let's turn this from a one-way conversation into a community of shared experience. What's your favorite non-alcoholic drink lately? Something simple, something surprising, maybe something you've created on your own. Or tell me, have you noticed alcohol hitting differently as you or someone you love has aged? The fatigue, the fogginess, the imbalance, have you seen it? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one because this channel isn't just about advice. It's about connection. And if this video gave you something to think about, if it helped you understand your body a little better, or gave you an idea to try this week, go ahead and tap that subscribe button. Here at ElderTalks Daily, we're building a space where seniors and families come together to age with clarity, strength, and a whole lot of heart. We share tips you can trust, stories that make you feel seen, and gentle wisdom for the journey ahead. So thank you for spending your time with me today. Your health, your joy, your peace of mind, it matters. Stay wise. Stay hydrated. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.